going on, y'all? You already know what it is. This your boy Tunensports. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. How everybody doing, man? So we're gonna talk about a couple things. We're gonna talk about a couple things today. Darius Garland, the Cavs open roster spot, and JB and Evan Mobley development and more. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about that. So so let's talk about it. So the Cavs are expected to have internal conversation about addressing that open roster spot based on what the team needs the most. And I look and I think when we talking about needs, it's no secret we could use more outside shooting. So we got our guards. It just come down to what we had questions about all year, basically the wing position, the wing spot, that small forward spot, right? Which I believe Isaiah Crowell definitely improved. Starting a new year, improving on being able to hit the three and make the three. He had his percentage went up some starting that new year. And I know we got Danny Green. You know, the unknown is still an unknown with Danny Green and stuff like that. We got Danny Green who was on a buyout market, and we was able to snag him up. You know, we didn't make too many moves at the trade deadline because we didn't really see any moves that really felt like we could move the needle with, you know. And we would have gave up the key names that you did hear about. Basically, we would have had to give up more. You know, give up more and take less. That's how I see it. Like, we would have to give up more for just one piece that might not even get you to where you think it's going to get you to. But we got Danny Green, who is on the older side, the older vet. You know, he been in Cleveland in the past. You know, everybody know Danny Green come from the Cleveland Cavaliers. He didn't spend, too much time here, but everybody know Danny Green used to be a Cavalier, you know. And I'm glad, we was able to bring him back. I was glad we was able to bring him back. But it's the unknown with Danny Green. We don't know what we going to get out of Danny Green. I would like to see him get some more minutes and stuff like that. But the buyout market, if you can get better, why not get better? Like, we have that open spot because with Kevin Love leaving, who I will miss, you know what I'm saying? But he was pushed out the rotation. And at one point, he was shooting like poorly. He wasn't shooting that great due to an injury I believe he had on his hand. And I think it was his finger area. And yes, he do provide floor spacing. He do provide floor spacing. You know what I mean? And what I'm about to say, I lost my train of thought. He do provide floor spacing, but he can be a defensive liability. And he also had to fit our pace, and it's not like we forced him out. He wanted out due to not being in our rotation anymore. So stop blaming our coach for every single thing, Sure, yeah, that's the coach pushing him out, but stop blaming JB for everything. I believe we was going to use Kevin Love again, like sometime down the line, down the road, maybe the playoffs. In the playoffs, the game slow down, and it's all about matchups. But he just wanted a new scenery. Yep, he just wanted a new scenery, and it was time for that. As you know, he's with the Miami Heat now. I wish him nothing but the best over there in Miami, the Miami world. I hope he can help that team out. I know he started off slow. He just got there, and I believe he will be better. And help them in certain ways. They needed another big out there, help out with Bam and stuff like that, because Miami has really underachieved this season. They haven't really been playing great, and Jimmy can't do everything, right? So, yeah, but, yeah, Kevin Love, We gonna miss you, bro. We gonna miss you over here in the cat. A lot of people that didn't care for you then, they care for you now, man. You should see how quick people switch to talking about how they miss you and love you. But when you was on the team, they were saying trade the old man. That's what they were saying. And fans be so tricky, man. They up and down, man. One minute they love you, one minute they hate you. You know, it comes with it, man. It just comes with the game, man. Fans is gonna be fans. Fans gonna be fans at the end of the day. Right? What else I wanna say? But no, yeah, Kevin Love, you forever be a Cavalier, man. We love you. You know, we love him for what he brung. But off topic, we need another 3-and-D guy. Basically more shooting, and I will say maybe a big, because I'm looking at the NBA standards and I'm thinking about matchups. I'm already looking past the first round, right? But let's just say a team like Philly. My biggest concern is Joel Embiid, man. Man, that's a MVP candidate once again. We know he put up the numbers. He gets to the free throw line. I'm not gonna say what I want to say. You know, he get his. You know, and if you dumb enough to foul him, or you know, that's just what it is. But he gonna give you that, right? He gonna bring that big physical body, backing you down. Don't let you have a little. That's why you gotta have somebody that could bang with him, man. But my biggest concern is Joel Embiid. Let's be honest. I'm not going to lie. J.A. could hold his own. And I'm talking about Jared Allen, man. But Joel is a tough assignment for him. Like, a guy like that, we need to throw multiple big bodies at him. Like Rolo, a.k.a. Robin Lopez. But Rolo, it's only so much time we're going to give him. You know, we had done that times this season. When we went up against Philly, we put Rolo on him, see what will work. Joel gonna get his here and there. We lucky if he missed some shots, but I see a guy like Nerlens Noel. You know, I see a guy like that out there on the market, and I will bring him in for a conversation. You know what I mean? I don't know how likely it is, but you know, I know there's other teams that's probably looking at him, like the Warriors. I don't know about the Sixers, but I know the Warriors. And who was the other team that was... Oh, the Mavericks could use him, right? But if I'm the Cavs, I'm looking at Nerlens Noel also, man. We looking at that. Not saying he was stopping B, but I'm just saying that's a body, you know. A big that can shoot and defend, that would be lovely. But Nerlens Noel not going to give you the shooting part. He's a defensive guy, right? But a big that can shoot and defend, I also will look at that. I will look at that as well. But a big that can shoot and defend the paint, that would be even better, you know. But that's not on the market. Oh yeah, and yo, Dean Wade, we're gonna need you to step up come playoff time. We gonna need you to step up, bro. So look, we gonna have to be better, man. But a wing and a big, and for people who keep saying we should have kept Lauri Markkanen and never gotten Donovan Mitchell, look at Lauri, bro. Let's look at Lauri. Lauri's having a great season with the Utah Jazz. We made him a small forward last season. He played a 3 over there in Utah, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not going to say, I think we helped shape his development. I think we helped him out, and he was able to man, floors over there in Utah, man. But y'all saying that we should have kept Lauri over again Mitchell. Y'all be blowing my man to the fullest, like the fans. I rock with y'all because y'all Cavs Nation. You know, we rep wine and gold, but some people don't know basketball. And I'm not even gonna say I don't know basketball. Y'all just say things that I guess, be biased takes. Did it ever cross your mind some players develop differently in different systems and situations? Roster shape. It depends on who's on the roster, who's the coach. All that plays a factor, man, in development, right? Like, Laurie would have had developed and become an all-star with us. How he did with the Utah Jazz, I'm saying. I'm pretty sure if he was on the Cavs, he wouldn't be a number one option. He'll be an option, yes, but a number one option, I don't know. That's an unknown. We had too many players who got to get the ball, but I could be wrong. But back to the buyout situation, Will Barton, he was a target, but he off the market now. He will be joining the Toronto Raptors. He'll be joining the Ops, but it is what it is. It is what it is. You want players that can help now, but that's if they serious, of course. If they trying to win. But if you want a G League guy, go ahead or convert one of them to a two-way contract. Players like I won't be mad if you get them like the Akite a contract. Maybe a vet signing doesn't help move the team, and you looking at it as that. But personally, I see guys like Nerlens Noel, Stanley Johnson, and maybe Melo on the market. Like, why not make a push for that, right? And get Melo a job. But Diakite, I see a guy like that who they could use that roster spot for. And I don't believe the Cavs would sign a Ibaka or a Cousins. That's not how Kobe operate. It have to make sense, and it has to fit our locker room. And I'm not calling them toxic, but based on what the streets say, their personalities, right, might not mesh. Who knows? Look at a guy like Rondo, who I wanted to come back, but once he was in the news, and we already knew when we traded Rubio, he wasn't coming back, man. We knew Rubio was coming back when we traded him, and we only made that move for Rondo because, of course, Rondo wanted out of his situation and he wasn't getting no playing time, and we needed a vet point guard at the time who got high IQ like Rubio and was a vet insurance move also. And I think he played well with the Cavs. He shot pretty decent from the three too. But a guy, not Serge Ibaka, a guy like Serge Ibaka, I don't see coming to the Cavs. I mean, if he did, I'm not going to say, whatever, I'm not the front office, but I'm just saying I don't see that in our DNA. But I would grab Cousins because he can play. He a dog, and you need that enforcer type of guy. But do he fit with what we got going on? That's still a question. I don't know. That's still a question mark. You like I said, you want right now guys, not development guys from the G League, but Diakite can play. I mean, so if you call up Shariq Cooper, shout out to my guy Jersey, man. But if you call up Shariq Cooper for a two-way contract, which I believe Cooper deserved that, Isaiah Mobley, he's not going nowhere. He's going to be on his team. His brother is one of our cornerstones. He's going to be on his team. And Isaiah Mobley, I think, is doing pretty good in with the charge. And we're going to continue to make sure he develop, right, on his team. And you just signed Diakite to a NBA contract, take him off that two-way convert to an NBA contract. That should happen if we don't bring in no vets. But guys, I will bring in for a convo. Like I said, Stanley Johnson, who I think is shooting over 40% from the three, and he's young. I think he could help this team out. He's young, man. What is he? 26. Stanley Johnson, and he plays with effort and energy. I like what he did in LA with that short period of time that he was with the Lakers. I like what he did there. He came right in, just got there. They put him in the lineup, and he made the most of it. And then he ended up getting traded, of course, because they wanted to get that who they had got. They got it was for Patrick Beverley, I think, right? And that didn't turn out so great. But Stanley Johnson and Nerlens Noel, and I might get clowned for this, but Melo, man, Melo need a job too. Some team out there could use Melo, man. Yeah, man, sheesh. But that's the buyout right there, right? Those that's what I think, in terms of the buyout market, man. What I think about that.
Hey, Quill, can I ask you a question though, bro?
What's your question?
How many players left your team this year?
Oh, my nigga, we got 2 people leave our team.
Hey, yo, I ain't never heard of that, yo. That's crazy.
But here's the thing, though, my nigga.
Yo.
We don't have
crazy, bro. I don't care, yo.
Talent, my nigga.
You ever heard of 2 players leaving like back to back like that?
Nah, I never heard of that for real.
Man.
Played Boston a couple times this season, but kind of where we are in the season. When you look back at the film, what kind of stands out as like things that we were focused on?
I mean, just how competitive the games were. I mean, they were obviously both overtime, but really, really good games. And, guys playing at a high level, especially early in the season. And now you've seen, teams kind of settle in, them getting Williams back, us getting Ricky back. So you're seeing teams kind of whole with expectation. Brown will be back for them as well. But, a lot of switching on their part. A lot of isolation. How do you limit Tatum, Brown, Brogdon, and then defensively, offensively, how do you attack when there's switches, but Williams in the paint, and all those things. So it's gonna be a fun chess match, but to be spirited and competitive.
Because of where both you guys are in the standings, and does that play into this a little bit more because just of how tight the East is?
I think the game just itself presents a lot of challenges, but competition and fun. When you match up the teams, what for what. Obviously what we're all playing for. This tight, short amount of games left in the season. It just heightens what this game can be. So I think our guys will embrace it and it'll be fun and competitive.
Was anyone unable to practice today?
No, everybody was here.
And just as basketball fan, when you look at a team like yours or a team like Boston's, they're both pretty young teams and they're kind of still. Boston was in the finals last year. Does that excite you just for the future of the game?
Yeah, I mean the future of our game is, it's in great hands. It's in great hands as far as individual talent goes, but it's also in great hands as you look at the teams that are being built. You go all the way to in the Orlandos of the world, and you look at the roster that they put together, the type of talent that they have there, the depth of talent and the spread of talent across the league is in a great place. And it's just going to make it so competitive. The fans are going to appreciate it. When we get to sit down and watch it, we'll appreciate it that much more. But I think the league overall is in a great place.
Speaking of competitive, with how competitive tomorrow's game's going to be, is that exciting a little bit just to prep for it?
Yeah, those are, as a fan, you grow up and you watch the Boston Celtics and, the Boston Garden and all those things. So it carries a little bit of weight in itself. But then to be in such a competitive nature, with so much, at stake at this point of the season, it is fun. You enjoy it, and I know our guys will too.
Kind of brought up how you have to use these off days to your advantage, but you can't think of the last time you guys had 2 games in a week.
Right.
So how do you kind of approach that here? Is it less, aggressive in some situations and kind of keeping guys on their toes at the same time?
A lot of it is based on the individual and what they need. Yeah. Obviously, some guys have played more minutes. Some guys, at this point in the season are nursing different things. So we focus it mostly on that. And then making sure we find the balance of getting the team stuff and the system stuff in as well. So, certain guys needed a little bit more rest yesterday. Certain guys got more work yesterday. Today we were all together and, focused on our system and team stuff.
You talked about the heavy minutes that your starters are getting. What kind of production are you looking for from your bench going forward, especially with, you were just talking about the rotation being 8-9 guys?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's going to have to be ready to contribute. We feel that we have a very versatile team, and we have different guys that can bring different things on any given night. So you've got to be mentally engaged and prepared when your number's called to go out and play to your strength, because at that point in time, your strength is what this team is going to need. So, again, we feel like we have guys that can do it. We're looking forward to it.
The other day we talked about Darius' growth, but and I know he's grown a ton, but where do you see just kind of like the next step for him, just kind of in this process?
I mean, again, he's an all-star caliber guard, so, he's always looking to develop and get better. But I think with him, it's the experience that he's going to have to gain. And you can't talk about that. Like, he's got to go through it. He's got to go through some of those hardened battles, and he's got to get calloused. And you learn from those moments. Like, you learn from the pain of defeat at the highest moments, and that's what you got to get to. And it sucks that that's what it is, but that's the only way that we learn. And I think that's what's next for him.
Obviously, you've been around him throughout his career, but what's something off the court that has just kind of like you've learned about it and it surprised you, or kind of been like, okay, this is what makes Darius Darius?
I mean, it's his personality for sure, and it's one of those things that certain people have an aura to them that just makes people want to be around him. And like, I've never, and this is in 4 years or whatever it's been now, like, I've never spent a miserable moment around Darius. You know what I mean? Like, we've had our ups and downs and losses, and he and I have had our tough conversations, but never for a moment have I ever been around him and been down. And I think that's what it is. That's why his teammates want to be play with him and play for him, and that's what makes him unique.
His three-point shooting efficiency is up 4% this season, which is a pretty big jump. Have you noticed anything with the shots he's getting, how he's taking them, how he's choosing to take certain shots?
Yeah, I mean, he's a a really good shooter. I do think having the Donovans of the world, Evans in the pocket, J.A.'s rolling presence has created some more catch and shoots for him, which he shoots at a high level. But, I mean, he's just a really good shooter, and he's taking advantage of it.
Yeah, so JB had a heart-to-heart before last game with Spider, basically challenging him to be better than we need him to be, especially after going on a 3-game losing streak and having some struggles, but he been balling, but after battling a growing injury recently, there been some, a little drop off. He had a growing injury, and then the All-Star break, blah blah blah. And in order to win a series, of course, our main 4 guys got to be great, but the head, what I'm trying to say. The head, what in charge. He got to be special, which I think he will. There are some Spider haters out there, but just wait. He going to arrive for the playoff time. Spider got the potential to be one of the greatest Cavaliers of all time, especially if he wins the chip. And I believe he is the greatest. He is the greatest shooting guard in the NBA. And that's East and West. He's the best, in my opinion. And some of y'all might agree, some of y'all might disagree, but in my opinion, he's the greatest shooting guard in the NBA to date. He's a scoring machine who scored at all levels. He was in the MVP conversation earlier this season. He is in his prime right now. It's been an amazing fit. All NBA for sure. I could say a lot of things about Spider, but I could say a lot. But these 4 core players really work well together. Don't forget how young they are also. They are still young, right? We got a young core. And it's all about the team with Spider. He makes hustle plays. He played both sides of the ball. This year, he definitely stepped it up, something he really didn't do with Utah. This is his best. He having a career year. This is his best season he has so far in the NBA is with the Cavaliers, and he actually giving effort on defense. And you want to see that, and you can see that he really he really wants this. Like, he want to lead by example also, and he know that we was a defensive team, so he didn't want the drop off to be there. He wanted to keep the same energy and actually work on, some stuff. But he's a total package, bro. It's just like, it's nothing else I can say about it. He's the number one option and a leader that I would want on my team any day, and he will take us as far as we can go. He will take as far as we can go. Let's get into the next topic, though, man. I wanna push this along, and let's play this DG video clip. See what he got to say.
Darius, obviously the first 2 games against Boston, overtime games. I don't need to tell you about the challenge of Boston, but just how do you anticipate the competition for this game tomorrow?
We should already be up for it. Number 1 team in the East. 2 all-star guards. Really good team. We're just going in with the mindset we just have to come in, play hard, play our game, limit some of their guys' touches, and secure rebounds and get out and execute.
For you individually this season, your three-point shooting has been up 4%, which is a pretty decent jump, especially for somebody who's not taking more attempts this year. Has there been something that's been key to that for you?
No, not really. Just staying in the gym, shooting the shots that I make usually, shoot the open ones when I can. Our guards make it a lot easier for me, like Don and Isaac, just getting in the paint, Bert getting in the paint and just spray out, so I get a lot of open ones, so just trying to knock them down and knock them down consistently.
You've also gotten to the line a lot more this season. Has there been something about, whether it's just being more aggressive or how you're manipulating defenses or something that you've been doing at practice that has allowed you to get to the line more?
Just being aggressive, trying to get downhill, get the bigs involved a lot more. And then when I'm attacking down here, I'm looking for spray outs as well. So, I just pick a poison, really.
Darius, if you kind of look at the season as a whole, where have you seen yourself grow the most on the court?
Leadership, being more vocal, try to put people in the right position where we can be successful. And then, just being aggressive. I think my mentality has changed a lot. Just trying to get people involved, trying to just figure everything out with Don just coming in and just play my game.
Obviously, since you've been here, you've worked with JJ. But how is this season, especially just that relationship growing and focusing? What are you guys focused on?
Just stay in the course, really. We know it's been some hard years here, and we're starting to get to the gooder sides of things. So just stay in the course. It's always going to be highs and lows, so we just got to stay grounded and just keep working.
What have you focused on that leadership standpoint, I guess? What's kind of been, how do you build that?
Really talking in practice. Talking when you guys not here. Just trying to scream out plays. Screaming at people just to put them in the right positions so it could be easier on the floor when it's a larger crowd.
You talked Sunday about setting the tone in these games. How do you feel like is the best way to do that for yourself and for the rest of the team?
Being aggressive early. Either that's come with shots or getting people involved. Last game, made a couple threes, seen them go in, so just try to set the tone like that and then try to pick up defensively. I'm the head of the snake on the other side of the ball, so other people see me first. So just try to get into the ball, try to pressure them, try to defeat screens as much as I can, get deflections, things like that.
You love talking about Evan. What do you think about him taking those corner threes? Do you want more of that?
I love it. I love when he's just outside the perimeter shooting a tray ball. We're confident in him. He's confident in his shot. He's working on it every day, so I want him to shoot it.
I've seen him diversify his game overall this year. It seems like he's just in an entire different mode and initiating stuff himself.
Yeah, he has that chip on his shoulder. He believes he's one of the best in this league. We all do in this gym. We want him to show that. So he's been just going full speed downhill, being aggressive at all times of the game, shooting a midi, going one-on-one. So we love it. We love his aggressiveness.
We asked your teammates about the dunk. I got to get your grade on it, though. What do you think about that one?
A+.
How do you feel about Donovan saying, like, to be a little kid being moved up to the rim?
I'm not a little kid. Me and Dash about to go chat about that in the locker room. I already told him you got to go see me. But yeah, I mean, you see Don dunk. He's getting up like a little kid too sometimes, but we're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, I might get in the dunk contest next year.
When you look at this Boston team, right? Like, they seem like they switch everything. You've got a ton of great ISO players. They put up second most threes in the league. What's the biggest challenge? What's the hardest thing about that?
Defending the three. Our main focus on our defensive end is protecting the paint. So we're gonna try to do that first, and then we just have to get out to their shooters. So everybody has to be on all cylinders. We have to all be communicating and listening to one another, and just try to contest as many threes as we can.
Have you noticed that communication and listening to each other defensively? I know that was something at the beginning of the season everybody kind of talked about needs to get better. Have you noticed that get better as the season goes on?
Yeah, it's getting a lot better. And then it helps with Jay and Evan switching out on some guards that can help as well. But yeah, communication definitely got better. Everybody started listening now. We're starting to get down to that time where everything's starting to matter, so we're starting to pay attention to detail a lot more.
I know I said Spider would take as far as he can, but our success is in Garland's hands as well. He's our franchise point guard. He is one of our leaders and floor generals. And when that shot ain't falling, continue to drive the paint, continue to attack the basket and draw the defense so our bigs can operate as they usually do. And Darius Garland is shooting 48% on catch and shoot threes this season, which is the second best in the league. Yeah, that's tough. That's fire. Darius, I feel like, was a snub for the All-Star team this year. You know, there were some guys that I felt like could have got in. Him, Jalen Brunson. I can't think of nobody after that. But, you know, Drew Holiday and Tyrese, they deserve it. I'm not saying they don't. I just feel like you could have made the case for DG and Bronson. But DG first, of course. And Bronson, what he doing over there in New York. But Darius, I feel like, was a snub for the All-Star team. But whatever, man. It is what it is. It's really no biggie. We just want the chip, man. We want the gold. That's what we want, man. Y'all can have the little awards and stuff like that, little accolades. We want that championship, though. That's the accolade we looking for. And Evan Mobley, you know, we talking about Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley is continuing to take the corner 3-point shots in practice. He's working on his game constantly, and you want that. You want that in your big man. You know, the league has shifted. There's really not that many traditional bigs, I could say, that's going to be banging in the post and stuff like that. The league has shifted. Evan got to build that. He don't have to, but he had to. I love it, though. If he can build that consistent outside shot, that's going to be scary. You know what I mean? That's going to be scary. We all want him to shoot it. You know, we all want him to shoot it. That's the most important thing. And you see DG and other guys, they encourage him, you know, to take the shot. It's there, man. No bad shots, but, you know, take it. They going to give it to you. Take it. You know what I mean? Take the shot. And I want to let me play you this clip from my people's the Pull Up podcast. I was able to talk to Ryan Hollins and ask him what the Cavs needed to do to win the chip this year, of course. I was able, he gave me a great answer, you know. Let me find this clip.
You talking about having that guy. I feel like we have that guy, in Donovan Mitchell. But I want to know, what do you feel like the Cavaliers need, like, to take that next step? And I mean, like, you know what I mean, like the championship step.
Evan Mobley, he continues to develop. I think right now, he is cold as it gets out the mid-range. But I think when he starts to put the ball on the floor a little bit, when he expands his range out a little more, we're gonna start talking championship over there. But he got everything else. He's special. He's gonna.
There you go, right there, man. Again, shout out to the Pull Up podcast. Make sure y'all subscribe to them. I appreciate them for allowing me to be on and ask Ryan Hollins this and that. But you heard Ryan Hollins, man. He said extend the range a little more. He said a little more than that, but I played that short clip. I didn't want to play everything. He said more than that, but that's what I just wanted to get at there. Him extending his range, and which he's doing this season, and this is his sophomore season, right? So it's crazy, man. Like I said, if he could consistently do this, I mean, that would be a plus. Of course, it'd be a plus, right? So, let's see. So, Evan Mobley's attempts from beyond the arc have increased since an 8-point win over the Chicago Bulls on February the 11th, peaking at 6 shots against the Toronto Raptors on Sunday. Mobley made 2 of his 6 3-point attempts against Toronto, including 1 of his 4 corner shots. The 21-year-old forward first three-point attempts were from the left corner. He missed his first 2 before finally hitting a shot off a dish from the Cavs guard Donovan Mitchell. In the second quarter, by the way, he made 1 long-range shot from the top of the arc and missed 2 more attempts from the right corner and the right wing. That's tough. That is tough. That's tough, man. Like I said, as I read that, the corner shots, the wing, like the corner and wing shots, I want to, see what we could do with that, man. And we gonna get them corner shots. We gonna get them corner shots off. That's tough though. Let's see what else we got. Mobley told the Beacon Journal that he always envisioned himself being an all-star and a top guy in the league, and you definitely will be, my boy. I'm telling you now, you will be an all-star. Trust me. We have some guys on this roster, You will be an all-star, man. Don't even worry about that. Your time will come. He said, I definitely have high hopes. Evan Mobley said, I'm just going to keep striving to get better and better so I can be that. So you will be an all-star. You ain't even got to worry about that. Yeah, I get it. The growth with that Donovan, and we have Darius and J.A. Your growth might not be faster than others, but I feel like he's coming in well. Evan Mobley reminds me of so many players. He just reminds me of so many players, man, that I could not compare, but like shades. Like I heard people say, what people say? They say like KG, they say AD, and I mean Anthony Davis. They say let's see, Tim Duncan. I even heard Kevin Durant because of the length and then him developing a mid-range, of course. And I'm not just the whole player, but like shades of that player. Not like, you know what I'm saying, right? Shades of that player. And then what game favors him that they do, what skill. He's been more aggressive, and that's what we want. I think Mobley could use some more put on weight. He did put on a little more weight this season. Not too much, but you could tell he has been working on his strength and weight and stuff like that. So let's move along, right? So in an article, Evan Mobley said he believes he can play all 48 minutes in the playoffs if the Cavs need him to. He said, I'm pretty young and I have a young body. Every game is just to keep fine-tuning everything in my game, whether that's shooting or my body. Making sure it's all straight going into the playoffs, just trying to be ready. And I believe him, and hopefully it wouldn't come to that, having to overplay or go to having to overplay. I don't know, man. These, it's the playoffs, and it's his first playoffs. I think JB knows who's going to be in that 8-man, 9-man rotation, maybe, and He just still trying to figure out what rotation going to be an X factor for us down the road. And how many minutes Rubio going to get? That's a question mark right there, right? We know Rubio coming from his injury. How many minutes will he get? This would be the Cavs' first playoff since LeBron's second departure. Our last playoff run and finals run was in 2018. We all know how that year ended. And I appreciate LeBron for everything he done. But not really too long ago, right? But yeah, if Evan Mobley need to, it's the playoffs, so it's all hands on deck, man. We trying to win, man. I believe my team can win a championship, but like I said in my past live streams, realistically, I think we can get to the second round and then we take it from there. You feel me? Like, I'm not gonna be biased, you know. I'm gonna be biased to a certain extent, but I feel like we get to the second round and we take it from there. So it depends on the matchups. And back to Evan Mobley, of course. This season, Evan Mobley he's averaging 16 points, 8.8 rebounds, 2.7 assists, and 1.3 blocks per game, while knocking down 55.2% of his shots from the field. Now, some analysts thought his sophomore year would be more impressive, but I think his second year is impressive. You got to understand his growth won't be as fast because of the core we got around him already. Donovan Mitchell coming here along with Garland, all that has, limited Mobley touches. But it's really identical to last season. I think he's taking almost close to the same amount of shots, just a slight decrease. But he is more efficient with his shots this season, more confident, being more patient. Of course, Spider comes to Cleveland, limit Evan Mobley touches. But his offense allows Mobley to flourish, also putbacks and dump-offs, all that stuff. Mobley will be great, man. Now, that's just what it is, man. Evan Mobley development, he's going to get better, man. Man, it's crazy how good Evan Mobley is, man. Defensively first. That's his bread and butter. And offensively, he continues to develop and get better. He continues to get the mid-range game down packed. That three-point shot is going to be crazy. Man, I can only, Evan Mobley, if he could, at all three levels, man, I mean, sheesh. He's going to be special, man. He's going to be special. Right now, he's not our number one option. He's not our number two option. Some nights he might be. It all depends on the night. And he's cool with that. He know his role, and that's what you want out of your players. You want everybody to know their role. You don't want everybody to be playing the guessing game and not knowing what is what. And you don't want no bad, toxic energy and tension. You want, you know what I mean? Everybody know their role on this team. I believe we have our identity. We fight, man. We fight in the trenches, man. That's what we do, man. We gonna grind it out, man. Sometimes it's gonna be ugly wins, but we still learning. Evan Mobley, he will be fine. We have options on this floor, but sometimes it's JA, sometimes it's Spider, sometimes DG might get going. All that play a factor, right? Of course. So we got 4 guys, and those are bread and butter, and then the rest is we have a solid foundation. The bench could be better, but I believe we have a solid foundation off the bench. They just gotta be better. We could use more shooting, of course, but Evan Mobley development is fine. It's coming along great. And he continue with his ball handling too, all them things, man. Evan Mobley is a hard worker, man. He don't do nothing else but work hard and try to be the best big man he can be. And it's coming along great, man. The Cavaliers got the best defense, one of the best defenses in the league. We got the Twin Towers, man. Paying him over J.A. is perfect, man. This is Donovan, perfect situation. Everybody fitting in so well, and it's all coming along great, man. We got DG, the floor general. We got Spider, the bucket getter, the scoring machine. We got Isaac, the wing defender, who's still coming along, being that 3-and-D guy, developing that consistency when it comes to shooting the three. We have the great Evan Mobley, who is getting better every game. It feels like he's learning stuff every time he play. Who is better than Scotty Barnes, by the way, and he should have won Rookie of the Year. But that's a story for another day, man. We ain't even gonna get into that, man. It is what it is with that one. We got Jared the great Allen, who great on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. He's our defensive anchor. He's one of the MVPs of this team. Without Jared Allen, we need Jared Allen, man, to play that center position, man. He controls the defense. Man, he's the man too, man. There's so many things I can say about these players without sounding too biased, but it's so many great things that these players offer. You get what I'm saying? There's so many great things that they offer, man, and I appreciate them. And I'm glad that the Cavaliers is back, because it was at one point in time we was in a dark place and we didn't know what we was going to do or who we was going to trade. Will this rebuild work? Will it be better than last time? You know, LeBron leaving us in the dirt. And this is the fastest rebuild I ever seen. Being a Cavs fan, it's the fastest rebuild I ever seen, bro. And you got to get credit to Kobe Altman. All credit to Kobe Altman, man. He's the man. Hands down. Y'all can say what y'all want. And the fans used to bash Kobe. And now they all, oh, Kobe the man now. You know, I never forget these things, man. I see it all and hear it all. But shout out to Kobe. Shout out to JB Bickerstaff, man. And I remember we had Beeline as our coach, and that was a terrible experiment. So y'all saying fire JB, y'all want to go back to Beeline? Y'all want to go back to that? Or should I say some other coaches' names? I ain't going to put them out there, but should I? Like, you should know your coach history. I think JB is an upgrade from what we came from before that. Like, come on, man. Y'all gotta stop this, man. Just stick it out, man. Like, this is our first year with no major injuries. This is our real season. Last year, we've learned from last year. We will learn. We will continue to learn, but we learned from last year, I believe, man. That play ain't hurt. Losing both them games like that and not making the playoffs. So, yeah, we gonna do it, man. Let's just stick it out this year. We got Donovan Mitchell for at least 3 years, at least 2 more years. Let's make the most of it, man. And the Cavaliers will tip off against the Boston Celtics at 7:30 p.m. today, man, in the TD Garden. That should be a good one. The game will be broadcast on ESPN and Bally Sports Ohio. So we in there, man. I hope y'all tune in, because I know I will. Man. But, yo, salute, man. Leave a like, leave a comment, and hit that sub button and stay tuned in, man. You know. And, yeah, I appreciate whoever see this video, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Just know that, man. Just hit that like button, man. The like button is free, bro. I ain't gonna beg you, but it's free. It's free money, man. Just hit that like button, man. It ain't gonna hurt you. But I'm out, man. Salute, man. Y'all already know what it is. This your boy Tune. I'm signing out.
You know, it's been some hard years here, and we're starting to get to the gooder sides of things. So just stay in the course. It's always gonna be highs and lows. So just guys just stay grounded and just keep working.
What have you focused on that leadership standpoint? I guess what's kind of been how do you build that?
Really talking in practice. Talking when you guys not here. Just try to scream out plays, screaming at people just to put them in the right position so it could be easier on the floor when it's a larger crowd.
You talked Sunday about setting the tone in these games. How do you feel like is the best way to do that for yourself and for the rest of the team?
Being aggressive early. Either has come with shots or getting people involved. Last game, it was made a couple threes, seen them go in, so just try to set the tone like that, and then try to pick up defensively. I'm the head of the snake on the other side of the ball, so the people see me first. So just try to get into the ball, try to pressure them, try to defeat screens as much as I can, get deflections, things like that.
You love talking about Evan. What do you think about him taking those corner threes? Do you want more of that?
I love it. I love when he's just outside the perimeter, shooting a tray ball. We're confident in him. He's confident in his shot. He's working on it every day, so I want him to shoot it.
I've seen him diversify his game overall this year. It seems like he's just in an entire different mode and initiating stuff himself.
Yeah, I mean, he has that chip on his shoulder. He believes he's one of the best in his league. We all do in this gym. We want him to show that. So, I mean, he's been just going full speed downhill, being aggressive at all times of the game, shooting the midi, going one-on-one. So we love it. We love his aggressiveness.
We asked your teammates about the dunk. I got to get your grade on it, though. What do you think about that one?
A+.
How do you feel about Donovan saying like a little kid being moved up to the rim?
I'm not a little kid. Me and Don are about to go chat about that in the locker room. I already told him he got to go see me. But yeah, I mean, you see Don dunk. He's getting up like a little kid too sometimes, but we're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, I might get in a dunk contest next year.
When you look at this Boston team, right? Like, they seem like they switch everything. They've got a ton of great ISO players. They put up second most threes in the league. What's the biggest challenge? What's the hardest thing for them?
Defending the three. Our main focus on our defensive end is protecting the paint. So we're gonna try to do that first, and then we just have to get out to their shooters. So everybody has to be on all cylinders. We have to all be communicating and listening to one another, and just try to contest as many threes as we can.
Have you noticed that communication and listening to each other defensively? I know that was something at the beginning of the season. Everybody kind of talked about needing to get better. Have you noticed that get better as the season goes on?
Yeah, it's getting a lot better. And then it helps with Jay and Evan switching out on some guards that can help as well. But yeah, communication definitely got better. Everybody's starting to listen now. We're starting to get down to that time where everything is starting to matter, so we're starting to pay attention to detail a lot more.